Hello, guys. Welcome in.
Hi, a little bit late.
Welcome into the live stream that almost didn't happen. And hopefully it's happening. Let's
Yes.
see. Oh my gosh. Just walked in the house. Guys, it's been a day. It's been a day. So I hope you guys are here with us. I hope you can hear and see us okay.
Please let us know.
Sorry that it's kind of all over the place. So I'm logging in right now to make sure we're live on YouTube, make sure we're live on Facebook. If you could let me know, that would be amazing. If you're new here, I'm Raquel from MH Family Ventures.
And I'm Ron.
And I don't see anyone here. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Looks like a few people might be here. Hold on,
Oh,
hold
that's
on.
great.
Alrighty, let me see. Let me see. All right, welcome in, everyone.
Yes, welcome.
And you see how I started the comments. I was like, help everyone. I do need some help, but it was supposed to say hello, everyone. Let me see if I'm live over on
Facebook.
Facebook real quick. I apologize because I do not like being late for things. It's just been a day. So
Yes.
literally ran into the house from um Dice had a track meet and it was an important track meet. And actually I probably should have canceled this or rescheduled this. It was one of those things where he had a track meet and then qualified for the next or for the what do you call it, regionals or whatever. Well, he made it to the finals, so super excited for that. But this just kind of came about a few days ago, his last track
Yes.
meet, and so I was like, oh no, I think I'll make it back on time. But his track meet was an hour away, and then it rained today. It's like 50 degrees here, so everything that could happen just kind of happened, and so literally he ran through the finish line, told him I love him, gave him thumbs up, and I had to leave. A lot of times he'll ride back from the track meets, but I said you can't ride today because I got to go live. So he's probably on the bus right now. So all right, looks like we are live on Facebook. All right, perfect, perfect. Okay.
So, just for clarification, your tardiness was had nothing to do with me.
It had nothing to do with you
Okay, good, good.
because he was working. I had to go because it's like it's the time of the year where there's so much going on that we have to split up and do things with one kid here. So it's just whew, end of the
Divi-
school year.
divide and conquer.
Yeah, end of the school year. I'm not even in the school system anymore. So, all right. So it's just been busy, but I hope you guys are doing well. And again, if you are just now popping in, appreciate your patience. And I'm Raquel from MH Family Adventures, and
I am Ron, her husband.
yes, and we are Cruise Volume Family, and we tend to try to go live on Tuesdays when we
Yeah.
can. It's been real hectic lately, so we have not gone live in a while on a Tuesday. Now I have been doing my Monday midday cruise Q&A, which if you didn't notice yesterday, I did have to unfortunately cancel that. Kind of, I just kind of removed it from the schedule because there was just a lot going on. So we will have our next Monday midday cruise Q&A on next
Monday?
Monday. What's next Monday? Yeah, next
Yeah.
Monday. All righty, let's see who's here in the chat. Let me see here.
Next Monday, a holiday?
It is a holiday, but that means we might have more. Is it a holiday? It is a holiday. And
Okay.
we have a barbecue to go to. So we'll make the Monday midday cruise Q&A happen, but it might happen at a different time. So stay tuned for that. I got to figure out what time the barbecue is. On the go with Yellow, happy Tuesday. Welcome into you. Appreciate you being here. Savvy Voyages, welcome in. And shout out to all of our channel members who are watching. We appreciate you guys being here. We appreciate everyone being here, but we really, really appreciate our channel members. If you guys don't know, we have channel memberships, and it kind of gives you some exclusive videos and things. So check out our memberships. Sapphire123, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Felicia Hall, thank you so much for being here. Isa Black. Is it Isa Black or is it Isa Black? I feel like I change it up every time I see your name come across. Happy Tuesday. Can't wait for the chat. Yeah, so we have a couple of special guests joining us in a little bit later. Just to kind of talk for a little bit. We try to mix up the chit chats from time to time. So it's not just our faces that you see.
Yes.
You just gonna mimic everything I say.
I am.
He
I am.
is. Regina Gladney, welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you. Adina Collins, welcome in, welcome in. And if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button for us, we would greatly appreciate it. We are also on the road to
50,000.
50,000. See, on cue.
50,000.
50,000 subscribers, and our hope is to uh, get there by the end of this year. That is our goal. So,
Yes, that's our goal.
if you're just now popping in, if you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Debbie Lynn, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Cruising Christians, hello, hello. Gloria Jackson, welcome into you. Sapphire Sinietta Dyson, yes, yes. So he ran two events tonight. One was the 4x800 relay. His team did not quite make that for the, I guess it's the regionals, which will be next. But he ran the 1 mile, which, you know, Dice is a runner. He runs cross country. So he does the long distance. And so he made in the top eight, which the top eight moves on to the next round. So that was super exciting. So I'm glad I was able to be there, even though I was a few minutes late here. Loretta, welcome in. Everyone's saying congratulations to Dice. Welcome in Daphne from Facebook. Ronnie C, welcome in. Yes, thank you so much. On the go with Yellow. Alyssa's Adventures in Cruising. Welcome in, welcome in. And I think I see our guest visitors back there. Hey guys, I see you. I hope they can hear me. I don't think they can hear me. I see you guys back there. I'll bring you on in a little bit. um, let's see here. Issa Black. Issa Black. Okay. Okay, Issa Black. I'll try to remember that. Sapphire says I became a channel member and I've been enjoying the special vlog. So thank you. I'm trying to post more of that. So stay tuned. See, Carlene, thank you so much for being here. I was listening to your live stream earlier today from yesterday, I think it was. I missed that one yesterday. Let's see here. All right, and Linda, welcome in. So we appreciate you guys all being here. It's been a minute since we've done a Chit Chat Tuesday. I think the last one was late March. And who did we have on? Oh, I had Jocelyn from Allen Family Ventures join me, and we just kind of talked cruising, family cruising, and things like that. So today we're going to have some other special guests. We'll bring them on in a few minutes, but just to kind of catch up with some things that's going on with us. We have a very busy
Summer schedule.
very busy summer schedule. And the way it's going to look a lot different. In the past, pretty much all of our summer cruises would be pretty much the whole family. But you guys know that I'm now doing this full time. Actually, I'm closing out my second school year, not in school. So yeah, I've been doing this now full time 2 years, and so some of the cruises that'll happen this summer will be either solo still or with one or two of the kids, just because we have so much going on.
A lot of activities with the kids.
Lots of activities, like Dice is off for church camp here soon. We got gymnastics and summer camps. Oh, Andrew just graduated his work program. If you guys have been following, Andrew's been part of a work program. If you guys don't know, Andrew's our son who has autism. And he graduated high school last year and started a work program this year, and worked in one of our local hospitals learning, you know, different jobs and things. And so he graduated from that program yesterday. So it's just been very busy. So next cruises, our next cruise is actually
next week for 2 weeks.
Actually, there's two cruises coming up. The first cruise, which I've already announced to channel members, I don't think I've announced this one publicly. Joe Marie and I, we will be on board Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas. We were invited on board by Royal Caribbean. If you guys aren't familiar with Ovation of the Seas is currently in Japan, and it is repositioning to the West Coast. And so Ovation is going to have like this big welcome ceremony and celebration. And so we were invited on board to be part of that. So super excited to be doing that. It's just a 3-night sailing, I think, going to Ensenada. So that is actually next weekend.
So that's out of California.
That is out of California. And Joe Marie doesn't know it yet, but we're also going to Disneyland. So Piper0204, thank you so much for subscribing. We appreciate that. So she doesn't know it yet, but yeah, we're going to Disneyland before the cruise, and then we're taking the short 3-night cruise on Ovation of the Sea. So we're super excited for that invite. Right after that, literally, I think we come home for less than 48 hours, pack up the whole family, and where are we headed?
Alaska.
We're headed to Alaska. So we have, we'll be on Quantum of the Seas, which is kind of ironic because I'm on the same class of ships back to back. So Ovation is the sister to Quantum of the Seas. So it'll be kind of easy to kind of get a feel for the ship because I would have just gotten off the sister ship. So we'll be Quantum of the Seas, the whole family. We have a few people joining us. We had a group cruise. Now it's really intimate because we had some cancellations and things happen. So we have a small group joining us in Alaska. It'll be amazing. Make sure that's
Yes.
not Dice. Well,
It's
it's not. Okay. Sorry guys, we're kind of all over the place. Dice will be calling us in for Ron to pick him up. Um, so yeah, so we'll be Quantum of the Seas. What are our port stops? Do you know?
Sitka is the only one that I.
Sitka. We have Sitka, Skagway,
Yes.
Juneau, Sitka, Skagway, Juneau, Ketchikan, Victoria. So 5 ports. You guys know Victoria is not really a stop. It's really just an obligatory stop
Happens in Canada.
that happens in Canada because anytime, if you guys don't know this, anytime you take a cruise that departs the US, it has to stop at a foreign port to return to the US. So if you guys have ever cruised Alaska and you've wondered why is my stop in Victoria, Canada, or Victoria, Canada, why is it only 3 hours? And sometimes it's like 9 p.m. till midnight. You can get off the ship for a little bit, but really it's just a stop that the cruise lines have to make.
And this will be our first cruise as a family, all of us.
In a while.
In a while.
In a while. Yeah. So then we have after that, I have a potential cruise. I'm not going to announce that yet because it's dependent on Ron's schedule. Then after that, we have Carnival Conquest. So Joe Marie and I will be on board July 18th through the 21st, that's the second ship going to Celebration Key, or the second sailing going to Celebration Key. And we're doing a back to back, and then we're doing our back to back, and we have a group of 94 joining us on Carnival Conquest for the 4 night sailing, July 21st through the 25th. Get off that ship.
And then what happens?
I get off that ship, come home for 36 hours, and then I will be on board Carnival Glory for Meet and I's group cruise.
Okay.
So I haven't been on Carnival in 10 months. And so I'll have 3 Carnival cruises
back to back.
Kind of back to back. Then after that, some other things are happening. So let's see. We're going to talk to a few more people, and then we're going to bring our special guests on just to chat with them. Lady O, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Alyssa's Adventure says, yes, Victoria was definitely a disappointing stop. And a lot of people don't realize that. They don't realize that it's just a stop that cruise lines have to make. On the Go with Yellow says, you will enjoy those ports. We didn't have Ketchikan on our sailing. Yeah. And I've been to all of those ports except Sitka. So excited to get to Sitka.
This will be the family's second time in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
And you're, what, third or fourth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to squeeze another one in the summer, so stay tuned for that. But all the Mays, welcome in. Says, hi, Raquel and Ron. So glad I caught you live. Well, we're glad you could be here.
Yes.
Let's see, Cassandra, happy Tuesday to you. HB5 says, oh, I just saw David Ruffin. He's like literally, look, buddy, say hello to everyone.
And you just
guys, when I tell you he's attached to me, he's like, he got his hair cut. So and he's upset because he doesn't like when I leave home. So he's like literally always with me. So when he can't ride with me, he gets upset. And so he's gonna be right here beside me the whole night. All right, you can lay back down. No, he wants to be rubbed on. But welcome into everyone. Liam's having fun. Thank you so much for being here. So sorry I'm late. We were late, so you're right on time. See what he says. Awesome travel schedule. Yeah, we have a couple other things in between. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But again, we just wanted to catch up with you guys. And we have special guest visitors with us tonight. And so I'm going to bring them on here in a second. And so if you have questions, you can feel free to drop those in the chat. And we're just going to talk things cruising. And David Ruffin, we're going to talk things cruising. He won't let me leave him alone now. We're just going to chat cruising and all kinds of things. So we have Tanya and Timmy, or T and Timmy, from Event Yours of Spirits. If you guys have not checked them out, I'm going to drop their link here in a minute. But they do a little bit of everything. So they're not, I'll let them tell you guys what they are. When you look on their YouTube, they do a bunch of different things, but there's one thing that they do that really stands out. And you probably catch it in the name of their channel. So lots of libations and fun and drinks. And so I'm really going to be picking their brain on some things that, as far as cruising and drink packages and selecting the right drinks, things like that. Because I'll tell you guys, whenever I cruise, I struggle trying to figure out what I want to drink when I do have a drink package. And I think sometimes that kind of deters me from even getting a drink package because I'll say margarita, I'll just take a margarita. And I really want to start switching things up whenever I do have them. So I'm hoping that, I'm not hoping, I know that they will be able to help me with that. David Ruffin. So I want to go ahead and bring, and let's see, hopefully we have no glitches, bringing you guys on. I'm going to bring in T and Timmy. Hold on, let me get you guys on. My volume up.
Just me.
Hello, hello.
Hey,
How are you guys?
we're
Hey, how are
doing
you?
good. How y'all doing?
Welcome.
All right.
Busy.
Yes.
I think you guys almost beat us in. We've
Well, you
been
know
this
what?
all.
Right before, I'm just now walking in the door not too long ago. So yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that was the same. That was the same for us. So we appreciate you two being here, and just stopping in to chat with us for a little bit about cruising
Libations.
and all of that,
Yeah.
all
Yes.
the good things. Because yeah, you guys have some amazing things on your channel. Now, tell everyone, for those who aren't following you, who you guys are and what your channel is about.
So I'm Tanya, and
I'm Pretty Timmy. That's
Pretty
my
Timmy.
whole character. I'm telling you,
See,
if
I
you
knew they
don't do
call him
nothing,
Pretty Timmy.
He's been
Pretty
dying to
Timmy,
say that. I said, don't get on there calling him Pretty Timmy.
Pretty Timmy.
But we have your permission, right?
yeah,
Yes, Pretty Timmy.
and
Pretty
we're
Timmy.
Event Yours, and we're basically a libations channel, and all things tasting and review of different type of spirits and wines, which consist of cocktails, red wines, white wines, sweet wines, sparkling wines, new wines. Sometimes it's a grape we've never heard of, all the way to the different spirits: bourbon, whiskey, vodka, gin, rum, tequila. What else? Did I miss something?
No, I like the whiskeys, the
Oh,
forever whiskey.
cognac. Can't forget my other brown cognac. And we also do cruise cocktail reviews whenever we travel. It's not just on the cruise ship, but even if we go to a resort, I'm usually
Mhm.
tasting different types of cocktails, and just to see, because usually if you think about it, even if you try a lot, you still have your go-tos. So it really doesn't matter. So usually I also use this as sort of to expand my palate to see what else is out there instead
Yeah,
of doing the same thing
yeah.
all the
Because some
time.
some people are trash, just straight trash. I mean, you go spend your money and you think you go get a good drink, it's trash.
Well, that is true. And we like to let you know if it's trash or not.
And
So
see, that's what I struggle with. I don't know if what I'm sipping is good or if it's, I mean, sometimes I do. I'm like, yeah, this is really good. And so, like, that's just not something that, and Ron doesn't drink a whole lot. He'll take a sip from time to time. I don't drink a whole lot, but, when I do drink, I enjoy it.
right, right.
But I sometimes don't know what's really good and what's not. So you guys have a taste for it, and you guys truly understand the different types of liquors and
Yeah.
things like that. So how long have you guys been on YouTube?
The December 22nd, 2022. But my first video, I'll say our first video, but the first year it was me by myself doing the
Okay.
channel. So it was January of 2023.
Okay.
January 17th of 2023 to
Yeah.
be exact. But we've
Oh
been
wow.
on, the channel has been live, meaning created December of 2022.
Okay.
Yeah. And my thing was because I got a job that is a high profile job and everything, but I thought it did 30 years in the military. I don't seen it all, done it all, but this is the
Mhm.
thing. I'm a professional at my job, and I tell people, if you see me on the YouTube streets, it's Pretty Timmy. But you see me at my job, it's Mr. Johnson. Don't be twisted.
I get
It's
it.
Mr. Johnson.
Now,
So
what branch of military were you in?
Air Force.
Okay, well, thank you for your service. 30 years. That's amazing.
Yeah, a long time.
My
Trust me, a
cousin
long.
just did 30 years, and she just retired about 10 years ago. So
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
we'll have
retired
to.
10 years ago.
Yeah, that's why I retired in
You retired 10
2016.
years ago, 2016, almost 10
Yeah.
years, 9 years ago.
What she retired out of Colorado Springs. Where'd you retire out of?
I retired out of Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston. We have family in Charleston.
Okay.
Yeah.
C-17. That's on
Okay.
that big C-17 transport.
Huh.
Well, congratulations on retirement.
Yeah.
Now, has that allowed you to be able to travel and cruise more? You said you're still working though, right?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we're both
Yeah.
we're both still working. He's still working. He has his civilian job, but it's still at the Air Force base, so it's
Okay.
still the same thing, just on the civilian side.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
double dipping a little bit.
I got a question, and
Yes.
I'm just trying to, and please don't take this the wrong way. How did you come up with the name Pretty Timmy?
Well, that was back in my college days when I found me and Morris Day could have been twins. That used to be my
Oh,
element.
okay.
He loves
I
Morris
used, the
Day.
head ain't always used to be bald. It used to
No,
be a
I
head.
understand. Look, I don't trust men over 40 that have hair. They
Yeah.
just ain't doing something
Now
right.
it's funny because his dad has a full head of hair, so
Yeah.
I believe if he didn't have the jet fuel incident in the military that burnt off most of his hair,
Yeah.
then I think that he would still have a head full
Yeah, I
of
got
hair
some
like his
chemical
daddy.
burns in my scalp when
Okay.
I first got in back about 1987. Got some chemical burns and it started doing its thing. So eventually it looked like a road map down my head and parts of my face. You can still see the light spots and splashes in my face that come from the chemical burn.
Oh wow.
But they still call you Pretty Timmy.
I'm still pretty.
Still pretty.
It's
Still pretty. Speaking of pretty, see what C says. Ooh, T is looking real cute. Love the lip color. You
Thank
guys do look
you.
amazing. Let's see. We have a few other people that popped in. Your favorite couple, they're here. Let's see. My cruising family, welcome in. Liam's having fun. Travels with PMB. We have a few others joining in. So thank you so much for the 95 of you guys watching. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank
you
you.
guys being here. Controversial cruising, welcome into you as well. Let me see here. Just scroll and make sure I touch base with everyone. Okay. Carlene says, Timmy, ask Ron what his favorite karaoke song is.
Yeah, what is that?
Was it Ain't Too? Which one did we do? With
What
the
did you do?
Temptation?
No.
Wasn't it?
No, what did you do on Virgin Voyages?
It was a David Ruffin move.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
I Don't Love You Anymore.
No,
Uh,
you're almost there. Prince.
oh,
The Prince.
International Lover.
No.
Gigolos Get Lonely Too.
Sexy.
Oh, Sexy MF. Yes.
Oh, sexy. Okay.
He was into it.
Right.
He was into it. You
right.
should have known that on top of your head.
I can only speak the truth.
Welcome
Don't be
to
bashful.
Keisha
Don't be bashful. Let it out.
Thank you. I'm not bashful.
So how many cruises? I know you guys are more of a libations channel, but how many cruises have you been on?
Oh wow, I'd have to look that up because we would always do resorts mostly
Okay.
every year. We really just started cruising more frequently, I would say, over the last 3 or 4 years. So I would say we've done more cruises in the last 3 or 4 years than we've done in the time that in the 25 years we've been married. So
Okay.
I would say, oh, hold on, I'll tell you exactly. Hold on. We have, and you would think I would know this off the top of my head, but
We've been on a lot of carnivals now. We done been on every carnival ship they got almost.
No, we haven't.
You know, all they little tugboats coming out them little small ports.
We have not. We've been.
Now I saw you guys were on
22.
22. Okay,
22.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw your the Carnival Glory, and you had some horror music playing in the cabin because you had some issues on that sailing, right? Now, do you guys like Carnival?
Yes. I just no. The room smelled like smoke. It was just a bad experience. I wouldn't blame the ship because it would be no different than the Conquest, which is what I went on as well. But that room, and it was the same type room. I mean, literally, I mean, it was on a different floor. Well, what floor was we on the Glory?
I think
We
we
was
was on the
six.
sixth. On the
We was
sixth.
on the sixth floor on the Glory, and that room looked like it should have been on the first floor.
Mm.
But it's basically the same ship, but it was just the experience, the smell, the just
19-inch TV.
that 19-inch TV was just ridiculous.
But I can
Now I'll
tell
be
you
on
who the blame.
Glory soon at the
Yeah.
end
I
of
can tell you who the
July.
blame was.
Who was to blame?
The dog. The damn dog was high when we was getting on the boat. I said, look at the dog, honey. I said, the dog ain't even right. The dog
See,
was,
the dog wasn't right when I went on Conquest either. The dog wanted to play with you,
yes.
sniff on you, lay on the floor. I'm like,
Wow.
aren't you supposed to be working?
They get a dog a little something so he'll be able to track it down to get some more.
Maybe he just been
They gave the
sniffing
dog
too much.
too much.
So what is your favorite cruise line? Because you guys were recently on Celebrity, right? Was that your first Celebrity cruise?
Yes, that was our second Celebrity cruise.
Okay.
So we do like Celebrity. It's real nice. It's for the laid back crew.
Mhm.
It's really for the booed up crew, or if you just want to go and just look dainty and nice and walk around. It's not where, if you really want to at least release one day, that's a place to do. It's not my favorite ship. It's sexy
Okay.
ship. Trust me. I will say in terms of aesthetics, it would be, I would say, the best cruise ship I've been on,
Okay.
or we've been on. But my favorite ship is the Icon right now.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Icon's my favorite cruise ship.
let me ask you guys this question, since you deal in adult beverages. Out of all the cruise ships, which line gives you the best drink? And I mean
Icon.
mixology.
Icon.
Okay.
Icon.
Yes. The
That
Icon,
rye
hands
and
down.
bean. Oh my gosh. Oh, every bar on the Icon. I think that was, what was it, like 19 bars we
Mhm.
went to,
Yeah,
and
there's
we
quite a
still
few.
didn't hit them all because, well, lime and coconut is like triplicated. It's like
Right.
3 of those, so we just went once.
Mhm.
But it just had so many various cocktails and
Mhm.
different ones, and they all gave you a different vibe and different flavor. So anybody who does drink, the Icon, sort of everybody's going to have maybe their favorite go-to depending on what they drink.
Because my go-to on Icon was the lemon post. So I'm not a so
You
when you
like the
said,
lemon
was it the
post?
Ryan Bean or whatever it was, I didn't like that bar because
What
the
do you
drinks were
like
way
that
too strong. They were too strong for me. So the lemon post for me, because it was more like lemonade based drinks,
for?
I
Yeah.
like that. I like the more fruity, not too
Okay.
sweet, but kind of
Yeah.
fruity drinks. Like, yeah. So I love lemon post. That's where I stayed drinking.
Okay. So you was over there on Surfside then.
Yep.
That's where Lemon
Mhm.
Post was, Surfside.
Mhm.
See, that's over there where all the kids at. I can't drink like that and be sitting there around the kids. I might feel like I might say something inappropriate around the kids. So
Yeah,
I try
it
to
is
drink
in
as far as
it
away as
is
I
in kind
can
of
from the
a weird spot because
Not
you have
me.
the kids splash area and all that right there. But I don't mind. I don't mind being around kids, and I think for the most part we would take our drinks and go. But that was like my go-to. I would go there, get a drink,
Go there and
and
get your drink.
yeah, I loved it.
What was your favorite drink from there? Because
I
I
don't
like the
know.
little frozen lemonade thing they had in the little it looked like a little, it wasn't a glass, it looked like it was like in a, or was that lime and coconut? It looked like it was like in a bucket.
Yeah, I don't
Mm.
think I'm not big on frozen drinks unless it's like a pina colada. I can't even recall it. I think I like them all. Like I think I tried
Right.
every drink there. Can't remember which one I like. I think it had blueberries in it.
Okay.
But it was it was really good.
Now,
Okay.
if you ask her a question about food, she'll more than likely be able to tell you exactly what she liked about the food. But I do have a question.
Like
Like,
you're full of questions
well,
tonight.
because it's new to me since I don't drink. How do you guys figure out what you want to try? Because
Well, that I have some questions that I'm going to
okay,
ask in a few minutes about that.
all right, then I'll
Yes. Here, let me pull up the questions. Maybe you can read from
no,
here.
no,
But no, I have a list of questions because,
Okay.
Okay.
like I said, one of the things that I struggle with, like I said, when I get on a cruise ship is what do I order? So I will go over that in a little bit. But I was going to ask something else. Lost my train of thought. We'll get there in a second.
Okay.
We'll get there in a second. But let's go see who else is here. I'm kind
Okay.
of bouncing all over the place. Everyone's speaking. And guys, I did drop the link to Event Yours of Spirit. Am I saying right? Event Yours of Spirits.
Ventures. Uh-huh.
Adventures.
Mhm.
Now, so do you do anything outside of YouTube with adventures? Because you have a lot of videos on your channel, and I've seen
Uh-huh.
liquor reviews and all kinds of things. Are you solely on YouTube, or are you
Primarily,
okay?
we do have IG and TikTok, but I mainly use those to bring everyone back to YouTube.
Okay,
But I haven't posted. Well, the TikTok's been slow because when they said they was doing away with TikTok, I just deleted it
I
and was
did
like, I
too.
don't care. It's just one less platform to worry
I
about.
did too.
Instagram, because I'm just I try to at least air my lives to stream on IG just to get some traction, but I haven't really posted much on IG. I try to post maybe like funny drinking memes or videos on IG, but I just don't as much. You'll probably see more shorts if anything from me.
Okay. Welcome in, LF McKinley, Danny Dizzle, Keisha H, Savvy Voyages. We got quite a few people hopping in. If I didn't speak to you guys, please welcome in, welcome in.
Hey,
And if
everybody.
you're just now popping in, we are speaking with Tanya and Timmy, or T and Timmy, and T and Pretty Timmy. I have dropped their link. I'm gonna drop it again in the chat so you guys can head over and subscribe. But we're really just talking cruising, talking drink packages, ordering drinks on cruise ships. I know that is a very controversial issue or question that people ask. What are your thoughts? I think I kind of already know the answer, but what are your thoughts on getting the drink package? Because people ask it all the time, is it worth it? People ask me that all the time, and my answer typically is, for me, it's typically not worth it because I'm not a heavy drinker. So it really just depends on, how much you drink or whatever. So I rarely get the drink package. We sometimes will get it and try to share it, or, if we're in separate cabins. A lot of times if you see me with the drink package, it's because I either decided to splurge or it was sponsored or whatever the case might be. But what are your thoughts as far as the drink package? Is the drink package worth it?
It varies. And it really does vary. One, it depends on how many days you're on the ship. And literally how many days are you on the ship? So you can
That's
be on the
true.
ship for a week and very easily maybe have 1 or 2 of those 7 days where you can actually enjoy your drink package, because the other 5 days you may be at port all day. So you may not get is the value of what you paid for your drink package if that's the case. So
Right.
looking at your port days, how often are you going to be on the ship? What type of drinks you're going to be ordering on the ship? Because I can tell you, like, he like foo-foo drinks. That's what I call foo-foo drinks. Like, they all fruity. You can probably drink about 5 or 6 of them and still function throughout the day. I drink grown folk drinks. So if
Okay.
anything, if I'm not doing a review, like for instance, if like we'll be going back on the Icon and we'll be going on the Star, right, this year. I may not get the drink. Well, I can drink for free in the casino. So that's enough for me, because I've done and reviewed all of the bars already, every single last one. So I already know I'm only going to be focusing on 2 bars on that ship, because that's where the stuff that I drink lives.
Okay.
But because of the type of drinks I drink, I may not drink the quantity that I would drink if it was like one of his drinks,
Got
basically.
it.
So determining how many days you're on the ship physically, in addition to how much you drink and why you're drinking, because there are people that just want to turn up and they're gonna hit their whatever their limit is each day. I don't drink that way. I'm gonna drink based on, okay, I'm at dinner, or where it's after dinner, we're in the casino, we're at a show, or some mimosas in the morning or something like that. But
Mhm.
outside of that, but if you know for a fact that you're going to drink at least, $60 to $70 worth of cocktails, which
Right.
really is that's like 8 drinks, 8 or 9 drinks total. You figure about $15 average of
Mhm.
a cocktail, a real cocktail.
Especially on Royal, yeah.
Exactly. Then it's worth it. Plus, your drink package also includes your
Coffees.
your coffees and
Mhm.
and your sodas and your juices that you're not gonna get in the buffet.
Right.
Cranberry juice, you're gonna have to buy that. And things like that. So keeping in mind that if you are a coffee drinker and you're drinking coffee more than you're drinking the alcohol, or if you're gonna be drinking coffee from 6 in the morning to 12 and noon, and you're probably going to scarf down about 3 or 4 of the specialty
Mhm.
ones, then you're going to be drinking the rest of the day, then it is worth getting your drink package.
Got it. Now, have
But
you ever reached that 15 max?
oh no. Oh
No.
well, no. Okay. Yes and no. Have I drank 15 drinks a day? No. Even when I
Okay.
do my reviews, if you notice, we'll sip on it and usually we'll share the drink. Even
Mhm.
if when I taste with others, I'm like, all of us don't need to get a full drink. Let's taste it first. And then whoever likes it, then that's what you drink
Right.
Yes.
the,
Makes
the
sense.
rest of it. But oh no, I've been laid flat on my face, Rockwell. I've
Mhm.
drunk all of
Do
that. And you're
you
not the first person to ask that question. Do you think you can drink all these drinks? No, are you
And
Yeah.
crazy?
I will share because I'm not going to leave no money on the table. So we
Mhm.
got friends around. If I don't drink like that anymore because 30 years in the military burnt my body out. So I
Mhm.
used to ooze liquor, but now I can't take it like that no more. So
Yeah.
I'll get a drink and pass it out. Hey, you don't want to? You want to try something? You see something you like? Give me that.
Mhm.
I
Right.
take that because I ain't gonna
Right.
leave nothing on the table.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I totally get it. Now, do you have anything like for those that are trying to max out the 15? Because I have some clients like that. I have a subscriber, that like to drink and they want to drink. Are there like any, because I've heard of like patches and I've heard of things like, do
Oh
you
yeah.
use anything to kind of help
Um,
with making sure you don't have a hangover or anything like that?
Well, because I know what to drink, I'm not gonna get a headache. Now,
Hmm.
when I do get a headache, most likely is when drinking wines, because you can't control the sulfates inside the wines. Okay, so the sulfates is inside the wine where as it ferments, it creates similar to like what starts to make you sneeze and stuff, and you need
See, this is all science to me.
Yeah.
antihistamine and so forth. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
wine has it, and most of the white wines have it. So if you see a white wine and it's aged, most of the time it's the aged ones. Like if you see it and it's like a medium yellow to a dark yellow, chances are go ahead and take a Benadryl or Claritin or whatever antihistamine that you have. Just go ahead and take it in the beginning of the day just to get it in your system, and you don't have to worry about a headache later. But no, I haven't tried the patches, but I have heard of it though.
Mhm.
But my thing is I just drink a lot of water. So for every full drink that I drink the same amount of water following it. So that's why I'm back and forth to the restroom after a while, but it's really just keeping yourself hydrated. But the sulfates in the wines have nothing to do with the quality of the wine or
Mhm.
whether you're hydrated or not. You're going to get a headache just because of the sulfates, and you just need an antihistamine for
So that's all. Go ahead.
I do have a question. So, does the Benadryl work for Everclear in Boone's Farms?
that.
I'm
See,
just asking.
No.
see, you old school like
No.
me, so I didn't want to say nothing. But for people who dealing with that's old school and whatnot, BC powder, goody or
Oh,
BC powder, knock a hangover in the bed, put it right back in the
okay.
bed. You get up in the morning, take that BC powder, that goody, you good to go.
All
Now,
right. Thank you.
I don't know about the moonshine and Everclear. Have
Mhm.
I tried it? Yes. Do I drink it? No.
She's a Boom Farm. You don't know the
I
Boom
know about Boom Farm
Boom
and
Farm.
Mad Dog
She don't
2020 and Cisco. Don't play
too
Wild
young for
Irish
that.
Rose. Come on
I
now.
don't know
Don't
about the
play
Wild Irish, but
those gas station liquors. I know all about those.
So how did you learn? Because like right now you're speaking and it's all Greek to me when you're talking sulfates and the color of the wine, like all of that is like new. How did you learn about the different types of, like, was it just like trial and error and then your own research? Like how did you learn? Because like when I watch your reviews, like you're giving details on the specific drinks and the way they feel and taste and smell, and like how do you learn that?
So it started, I joined a wine club. So
Okay.
after I finished my master's, I had some time on my hands, right?
Mhm.
And I'm always looking to keep learning, but I wanted to do something fun. So the fun part was, oh, I'll join the wine club. We had just built this house and moved here. And I was like, oh, you know what? They got a wine club down the street. Let me, go there, a couple of tastings or whatever. And I used to show up with a notebook. And my thing was I was going to learn and expand my palate from the Moscatos and the sweet wines and
Mhm.
stuff that most people drink. Most people drink, even those who say they don't like to drink, they will drink a sweet wine in a minute, whether it's red or white. But I wanted to expand past that. And so going to wine club every Thursday, they would taste anywhere from like 6 to 7 different wines.
Okay.
And they range from grapes that you know about and grapes I've never heard of, wine from places that I didn't even know what the differences were, and learned that wine is, a lot of people name the name of the distillery, the name of the winery, but wines is basically all grapes. So it's just learning the grapes. And and I joined this wine club in 2014. So
Okay.
it's been 11 years now since I've really been into the tasting thing. And I would
Mhm.
say after about 4 years or so, you begin to become
wino.
articulate. Ain't no wino, be quiet. Articulate and being able to talk about what you're drinking and know what you're drinking and know
Mhm.
what goes well with certain foods for the
Yeah.
certain taste, as well as what you don't like. You also
Yeah.
learn that. And so that's basically when it started, 2014, going to wine club, just expanding my palate. And when I did that, and I said, "Ooh, I can do some liquor tastings because there's some liquors that I want to do." So
Mhm.
I will hold my liquor tastings here, you
Okay.
know, and live with people in the house. And
Mhm.
it got bigger. And then after a while, I was like, "Oh, on YouTube," I'm like, I
Mhm.
can, share this information out, because my plan is after retirement is to open up a tasting bar.
Right.
So I figured, let me get my name out there. People will
Yeah.
know. So when they do hear about eventures, they'll know, oh, well, I'm in Georgia.
Mhm.
Let me go to the tasting bar or whatever. That's really where it started from.
Okay.
But then I also found that was also something to also share with my members,
Mhm.
because some people may be like, I don't want to pay $80 for that bottle. How I know it tastes good? Well, become a member and you get your samples and you can taste it yourself and determine if
Mhm.
you want it or not. So
Mhm.
yeah, so it started from there, just wanting to expand past Moscato.
Okay.
That's where it all started.
Got it. Got it. We have a question from Liam's having fun. He says, "I wonder what T thinks of the robotic bar on the Oasis."
So I did experience the robotic bar on Wonder the Seas.
Okay.
Wonder the Seas did have it. I liked it. I was actually shocked. I was shocked at how that robot actually made that drink. Like, I was actually shocked, because I also had it at the robot bar in Vegas as well.
Okay.
Over not in Planet Hollywood, but that 2 mile or 1 mile mall shop or whatever you call it. They have one in there too, and I said, well, maybe it was just that robot. Let me try this robot.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Now,
They
aren't they
actually
more
do.
expensive? The drinks are more expensive coming from the robots.
The robots, like on the one of the C's,
Uh-huh.
they were the same. They were the
Okay.
same. They were the same, $14, $15.
Mhm.
Some of the drinks were like 10 or 12, depending on what type of liquor you chose. Because you did have an option of, did you want this liquor or this liquor? It wasn't as many to choose from, but you did have an option between, a higher premium versus a regular for it to mix though.
Got it. Got it. All
Hmm.
right. So we have 108 people watching. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up for us, I'm gonna go ahead and drop um T and Timmy's, Pretty Timmy's channel back in the chat. If you guys wouldn't mind subscribing over there. And if you're just now popping in, we're just chatting, cruising, and more particularly drink packages, because that's a question that I get asked all the time, and I honestly can't answer it. Like if you were to ask me what's the best drink to have on this ship or there, I can't answer that, but they can. And if you go to their channel, you'll find a lot of different liquor reviews, bar reviews from the cruise ships. So if you're curious, if you're sailing on, you guys were recently on Utopia. I think I saw some
Yeah.
Utopia of the Seas, Wonder of the
Hmm.
Seas, Icon,
Yeah.
Carnival Conquest,
Yep.
Carnival Glory. So
Glory.
there's quite a few
Sunrise,
ships there.
sunset.
Yeah.
That you can look if you're sailing soon, because we have HB5 says, what's the best drink to order on the Conquest?
Well, on those type ships, I'm always at the Alchemy bar.
Mhm.
So I'm the bourbon whiskey chick. That's where I am at the Alchemy bar. So on the Conquest, no, that was the
The cruiser.
Glory.
If you want a soft drink, get the cruiser. You can't go wrong with the cruiser.
Yeah,
The
I like the
cruiser.
cruiser.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. They
that's
did
a
have the
nice. That's
cruiser
a
on
nice
there.
little fruity drink.
I like that
Mm,
one.
that's if you like fruity. Now, if you want a grown person drink, if you want a grown person drink, I like the lavender. What was it? Darn it, I don't memorize the names. I got to look at the names.
Now,
Lavender or something.
It was something lavender. The lavender something. It was a purple drink.
mhm.
But that one was good. And of course, the old fashioned is always good. And Glory actually had an island old fashioned, which was with rum versus bourbon. That was delicious. I was shocked with that one at
So
the Alchemy.
is a sidecar considered an adult drink? Because that's what I
Yes,
like at the
the
Alchemy bar.
sidecar is cognac. Yes, that's
Okay.
the cognac though.
Okay. So I do like that drink. And I think my sister Cheryl got me on that drink.
Oh,
I
you
don't
like the
notice it.
sidecar? You
But I
grown?
like, but no, I
Okay.
use sidecar to go to sleep.
Oh,
So,
okay, yeah, it'll put you there.
so when
It'll
I'm
put you
done, when
there.
I'm done on the cruise ship, I say, "Oh, I'm going." And my sister too. We'll be knocked out. So that's what I
Okay,
get. I don't
so
like drink that during the day. I can't. But if I'm ready to go to bed, I'm like, I'm gonna go to the alchemy bar and get me a sidecar, and I'm going to bed, and I'm done for.
well, if you like the sidecar, I don't know if you have liquor at home or not, but if you have any whiskey or bourbon or whatever, make yourself a peach whiskey Cosmo. If you like a sidecar, you'll like that one.
Mhm.
It is delicious.
Okay.
It's
We
not.
don't have
It's
any.
the same. It's the same level as the sidecar. It's not cognac. It is whiskey, but trust me, the way the ingredients and stuff are mixed together, I promise you, if you like the sidecar, you'll like the peach
Okay.
whiskey Cosmo better.
Yeah, that's something that I'd like to try. To start trying to mix up drinks at home, because we don't have any liquor. Actually,
We do.
we have one bottle of liquor. Let me tell you, it came from, you guys know I was on a luxury cruise
Uh
2 weeks
huh.
ago.
Mhm.
You could get bottles of liquor in
In
your
your room.
cabin,
Okay.
and so I had a bottle of rum that I didn't open, and I took it home with me. That
Okay.
and 2 bottles of
Okay.
wine. So that's the only liquor we have in our house. So we don't, like, when I say I don't drink or we don't drink,
Yeah.
I drink on a cruise ship. Like, I'm more of that social drinker. So
Okay.
we
Yeah.
have like no liquor in the house. I don't even know what to do with the bottle of rum that I
So
have.
what kind of rum is it? Is it flavored or is it regular
It's
white
just,
or
I
is it
think it's
gold?
Bacardi.
Bacardi, is it gold, like dark? Is it
It's
brown or is it
white.
clear?
It's
Is it
white.
white? Okay,
Why
okay.
are you laughing at me?
Well,
Because we
then
don't know.
I'll send you a go ahead and make yourself a PMS and I
Okay.
guarantee you'll like that. You'll like
Okay.
that. Well, Ron would probably like it too. He'll sip on it.
Okay. Sounds
It's
good.
not
Sounds good.
strong. It's not strong either.
It's
Now,
good. It's pretty good.
okay, we'll have to try it out. But speaking of drinks, so for those that are watching, I'm going to give you guys a couple of different scenarios and tell me what would be the perfect drink for a cruiser in these scenarios. So if I'm a solo cruiser and I just want to relax on my balcony, what would be a great drink to take with me on my balcony with my book, watching the horizon? What would be a good drink for relaxing on the balcony?
There's two that I would recommend. One, I think that champagne or sparkling wine is always a go-to when you're relaxing and chilling. It's just a matter of what vibe you're trying to have, right?
Okay.
I always recommend champagne when you don't really want to drink cocktail, but you want to drink something. Or another cocktail would be, like a rum-based type cocktail if you're just relaxing, or vodka. Those two there. Something very light, very more refreshing when you're just relaxing and reading a book, or if you're on the balcony.
A Moscato, a very sweet Moscato.
For the sweet drinkers.
That's more my speed. What about if I just boarded the ship and I want to get ready for the sail away party?
Turn up.
Tequila sunrise.
Yes, tequila sunrise.
Long Island iced tea.
Long Island iced tea. Well, I can tell you, Long Island iced teas is specifically when you're just trying to get ready for the sail away, because it doesn't taste like anything. Okay. It tastes like either the soda you put in it, or it tastes the lemon or the lime that you put in there. Yes. It is a mixture of 5 to 6 different liquors in there. It was not meant for taste.
Okay.
So you know.
And if you drank enough of them, you will be the taste.
You'll be ready for the sail away.
Okay.
You may not make it to dinner, but you'll be ready for the sail away.
Now, I got a question for both you guys. So T, and I want you to answer this as honestly as possible.
Okay.
Do you call Pretty Timmy?
He's so stuck on that.
No, I do not.
He wants me to call him Pretty wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm working on a name. I'm gonna get my own name.
That's what he's trying to get at.
I just asked the lady a question.
No, actually, I call him TJ, and if I do call his name, I call him Timothy, and that's when he knows I'm a little mad with him. But the only
there's no pretty in front of it.
What'd you say?
There's no pretty in front of it.
There's no pretty. Whoever called him Pretty Timmy, that was in his younger days, high school, college, or whatever. But his folks from home call him Tim or Timmy. Like they when they've known him since younger days, like people he grew up with, they call him Tim or they call him Timmy. That's what they call him. I've never called him Tim. I've never called him Timmy.
The question was about Pretty Timmy.
not Tim. That's his high school, college days or whatever.
She called me Pretty Timmy sometimes when we go on places. She said, "Come on, Pretty Timmy, let's go."
No,
get your stuff.
No, I do not. No, I call him TJ. That's it. That's my name for him is TJ.
So, Timmy, how does it feel when your wife doesn't call you Pretty Timmy? I'm just trying to understand the rule set that's happening here.
I ain't worrying about her. She's still a fan, even though she don't want to be a part of the fan club.
Okay.
She's still a fan.
I am.
We're gonna have to talk offline. We're gonna have to talk offline.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Your favorite couple, says Tanya, is so knowledgeable. She is. I'm learning a lot. Learning a lot. I'm sorry. I'm going through the chat. We have all kinds of comments in here. I'm trying to keep up. Let's see here. But while I do that, so what if I'm at the steakhouse? Because I like to dine at the steakhouse. And I just, on my luxury cruise, I had no clue what to order. I think I had a margarita with my steak. What could I order for my steak?
Well, you had a margarita with your steak?
Actually, I think I had a glass of red wine, and then I finished up with the margarita.
Okay. Not too bad. I never really think of margaritas like with dinner. I've always thought of margaritas maybe lunch or out around some water or heat. But red wine was good. What kind of red wine did you get? Do you know?
Red.
Love me.
No, but red wine is ideal when you're eating, red meat or whatever. But just for people who feel like, oh, I have to drink red wine, you can drink whatever wine you want to with whatever you want. Just know that certain wines just taste better or make the food taste better when it's mixed together. But I would say red wine. Again, a sparkling wine is always a great go-to when you have no clue what to get. But for in reference to a cocktail, it would definitely have to be something brown. It would definitely have to be a whiskey, a bourbon, a cognac, or even a gin base. Even though it's not brown liquor, but a gin base or a Scotch based drink. For at the steakhouse. Yeah.
Got it. All right, I'm gonna have to replay this live stream and make some notes because we have quite a few cruises coming up this summer, and we do have a drink package on a couple of them. So,
Okay.
Michelle Lewis on Facebook said, "Is there a version of a Long Island for those of us that are very mild drinkers?"
That is an oxymoron sentence right there. There's no such thing as a putting Long Island iced tea and a non-drinker in the same sentence. There's
Okay.
no such thing.
Yeah, you'll be an alcoholic with them.
There's no way to get around the Long Island iced tea if you're a non-drinker. Long Island iced tea is not for you. Can they make it to where you can't taste the liquor? Yeah, they can pretty much do that. But it's gonna hit you hard. You're talking about every single tequila, gin, vodka, rum. What's the other one? Doggone it. Gin,
rum.
all 5 are in a Long Island iced tea, just so you know. So for the non-drinker, there's no such thing. You got 5 liquors in there. And they just splash it with some soda and some lime juice.
Just to give it a little color.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Speaking of a bunch of liquors, Amelia's asking, what are your thoughts on the Tokyo tea? Now, I know about this because, oh my gosh, your boy Stanley talks about Lynette Stanley. They talk about it all the time, and I actually tried it. My last Carnival cruise, which was in July, I tried it on Veronica Life of V. She had a group cruise, and I tried it for the first time. I didn't like the taste of it, but I guzzled it down, and I slept like a baby. But what are your thoughts on the Tokyo tea?
So let me ask you this about the Tokyo tea. So no, I do not like the Tokyo tea. I don't really like the Maduro liquor, that green liquor that they put in there. It sent me to the bathroom. You didn't go to the bathroom after you drank that Tokyo tea?
I went to sleep. I went straight to sleep.
my guts was bubbling so bad. I can't do the Maduro, and it just might be that liquor.
Okay.
But I just can't do it. But no, I did not care for the Tokyo tea.
Yeah, some people making it as trash. That's what it was. It was trash.
And that might have been it. Maybe they just didn't make it.
They know how to make it right. Yeah. It was trash.
And don't forget, Stanley did say there was like a certain area or certain bar you go to get it because not everybody makes it the same.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I might have to try it again. I didn't like the way it tastes. But I think somebody dared me to drink it down, and I drank it down, and I was gone. I went to bed. That was it. But I didn't like the way it tasted at all.
So you drinking on dares now?
I did. And on cameras. I was on somebody's YouTube video. Let's see here. Miss Naturalized says, I have the premium drink package on MSC. I see a few of the bars, the price exceeds the $16 drink limit. Is it still worth to purchase the premium drink package? It is. It is, especially MSC, because MSC, a lot of times you can get the promotion that includes drinks and Wi-Fi. And I tell people, guys, I cannot tell you how many clients initially I'll say, hey, it's $300 more total to have drinks and Wi-Fi. And they're like, no, I don't need it. And then right before their cruise, it's like, can I get that promotion? It's too late. You have to add the drinks and Wi-Fi promotion on when you book. And it is a discount off of buying the drink package separately. But yes, so if it exceeds the $15, so for MSC, it's 15 drinks within a 24-hour period, up to $15. So you would just pay that $1. They would charge that to your card if you wanted that drink. They have a lot of drinks that aren't over that $15, but yes, I would say still get the drink package and just pay that extra dollar. If you get it with the promotion, because you'll ultimately save.
Yes.
Cruise Craze Family, welcome in, says, I'm over here drinking coffee. Love espresso martini. Now, do you guys do any like espresso drinks or?
Okay, so he drinks coffee. I don't like coffee, but I do like a coffee cocktail. Okay. I think that the best coffee cocktails I've drank, it was a tie between Ryan Bean on the Icon and El Cafe Baccio on Celebrity Ascent.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Those coffee drinks on the Celebrity, I was just in heaven. And I was just
The
mad.
whole area. You didn't want to leave.
I was just upset at Ryan Bean because we was trying to catch all the bars, so we didn't really have time to just sit at one location. But Ryan Bean has some good coffee and tea based cocktails, and I'm talking about freshly brewed coffee. This isn't like fake coffee liqueur or whatever. It is fresh. Same thing at Cafe El Baccio. It on Celebrity Ascent. It is so good. Yes, coffee-based drinks are delicious, especially if you like coffee is even better. And I'm not even a coffee drinker. I don't like the taste of coffee, but the way they have it in the cocktail, it is not all that bad. But yeah, coffee lovers, a good espresso martini is delicious.
Yeah, I like an espresso martini. I like a chocolate martini. I had my first one on Carnival.
Ooh, chocolate martinis are good too.
Yeah, I love that.
Now, T, where are you originally from?
I knew he was going to ask that. When you said coffee, I think you're going to answer.
He was talking to me.
Oh, you, not you though? Oh, I'm sorry.
He said T, not Pretty Timmy. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay. I thought I heard an East Coast thing.
As soon as you said coffee.
Oh, yeah, it comes out with certain words that I say.
I'm from Rhode Island.
Okay.
All
right. You said Long Island?
Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
Michelle Lewis says, can you help me recall the name of a milky, creamy drink that is sold only in Mexico? I've got some friends cruising there and they want to pick it up for me.
Is it horchata? The drink I used to drink?
Possibly. They sell a lot of those. You talking about it? I'm assuming tequila. You talking about Mexico.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's like the flavored, because you can get the samples whenever you go.
And they have so many of them. No, they got Amarula. They have what is it? Cola. It start with a C. COLLE. I just ran out my bottle and threw it away. So I will otherwise I will go over here.
But that Amarula is good too.
Amarula. They have other ones too. They have like banana, strawberry, peach.
I love banana.
All of those creamy ones, the banana ones, and I know which bottles you're talking about. Because they also have it like in like a gift one where they got like the smaller ones. It's like 4 or 5 of them in the pouch. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I could see it, but
it's
I
just
can't
the flavored tequilas, right? They're just
those are all tequilas,
but they're creamy. Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good. You could drink those by itself.
Speaking of tequila, Natasha says, what's the best liquor to bring back from a Mexican port?
Come on now.
Tequila, right?
It's Mexico. That's where you're supposed to get the tequila from. I recommend when you're in Mexico, as a matter of fact, I have to replenish my tequila. So the next time I'm at a Mexico port, I will be bringing some back. When you go to Mexico, tequila is only made in Mexico, just so you know. And the best thing to do is to try and get tequilas that you cannot get in the United States. Those will be your best tequilas because you'll have something that nobody else most likely will have. They can't get it at the liquor store. And you'll always have something that is only based, not based out of all tequilas based out of Mexico, but it'll be something different, Yes, tequila is what I recommend. Now, some people go to Mexico and they go to the duty-free shops and they're just looking for a better price for something that they can get up here in the United States and it just costs more. So instead of spending $60, maybe they have 2 bottles for $60 or something. And some people may buy that, but tequila.
Not the white Henny.
Mexico tequila.
Not the white Henny. Not the white Henny that you get on the cruise ship.
Don't nobody care about those anymore. That's because It's available, but it's not really the same white Henny. If you look at the bottle, it's not the same, but people are buying it instead of it. So no one's asking for that. But tequila, yes.
Tequila,
Tequila.
absolutely.
And mezcal is good as well.
Mm-hmm. Sapphire123 says, have you ever had a rusty nail?
A rusty nail.
Rusty
I'm
nail.
assuming that's a drink.
Cocktail. No, I have not. Let me look that up. What's the base liquor for that one?
No clue.
Rusty nail. I don't know. It sounds dirty. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's something I would want to drink. It doesn't sound appealing. Let me see.
I've heard of
Rusty
it.
nail.
I've heard of it, but I haven't tried it.
Oh, it's Scotch based. That's why you haven't tried it. Scotch based. It's a grown folk drink right here. Scotch based
We'll sit
cocktail.
this one out.
With drambuie and sweet aromatic liqueur made from Scotch, honey, herbs, and spices. Okay, so basically, it's just a mixture of Scotch whiskey and drambuie. And drambuie gives you that. It's a liqueur that gives you the flavor of like absinthe, like that black licorice. That's what drambuie is. So if you don't really like that type of taste, then the rusty nail probably won't be for the person.
That now nobody called it rusty nail. It got that black licorice in it.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you're giving a lot of gems. So we're gonna have to cruise together because, like I said, I'm like I cruise a lot and I'm always lost on what to get. I missed you on Lush. I had to cancel that. Yeah,
Okay.
I was scheduled on Lush, and I canceled a week or two because our son made it. Andrew made it. His Special Olympics team made it basketball state finals. So I had to cancel that. So I don't even know if we're like gonna. At some point, we need to connect on a cruise because I would love to just pick your brain on what to get, what to drink.
Okay.
Because you're giving a lot of good information here. Travels with P&B says the Tokyo Sangria on Celebration is really good though. I like a good sangria. Let's see here. Michelle Lewis says, I don't understand how alcohol affects the taste of food. Maybe I should attend wine tastings. Now, I've done some wine tastings. That's something I've recently got into. In fact, I did one with Cheryl from Sig the Cruiser. We were on Sun Princess. And like, can you really taste what the wines taste like? So, when they're telling you, you got to smell and you got to this and you're going to taste this, like, can you actually taste? Because it all tastes the same to me.
Well, okay. So yes, you can tell the difference between them, but you have to make sure you clear your palate in between each one. So the reason why they end up all tasting the same is now it depends on the grapes. It depends on what they're choosing for you to taste. Now you might be tasting just 3 different versions of a Cabernet Sauvignon. Yeah, they're gonna pretty much taste almost the same. They might have been, grown in different places, so they may have different variations. Like some may have more of a fruity flavor, some may be more dry or whatever. But if you clear your palate, meaning even your smell, you need to sniff like coffee grinds to clear your nose, and you want to eat. That's the whole purpose of crackers are for. The whole purpose of crackers is to clear your tongue and clear your palate. So when you drink the next one, you'll taste what the differences are. Because trust me, after you've been drinking wine for a minute that night and you feeling kind of tipsy, it does all taste the same. It just rolls on over because you're not clearing your palate in between. You're just drinking it and drinking it and drinking it. And the only time you may taste the difference is if something is extremely different than what you were drinking previously. So, but yeah, it is different. You just have to clear your palate in between.
Desiree says, I've heard MSC's drinks are weaker than other cruise lines. Is that true? Have you guys cruised on MSC yet?
Not yet, but he's been talking about it, so I know we'll be on there at some point.
Yeah. Personally, I mean, I think it depends on the bartender, the bar, because I've had some really weak drinks on Carnival as well as Royal. So I think it depends. I wouldn't say, I think pretty much all of my MSC cruises, I've had the drink package. I wouldn't say that MSC necessarily has the weakest drinks. Do they have the best variety of drinks? I don't think compared to what I've seen on other cruise lines. So I think they have a pretty, they have a menu and that's pretty much what you're getting at any of the bars. So it's not like you're going to go to this one bar and they specialize in this special drink, except for I think on MSC World America, because they have a whiskey bar, they have other places like the oh my gosh, the Hola Tacos. I love their passion fruit margarita. So, but
That
pretty
sounds
much
like
all the
it.
bars on MSC, they have the same exact drink menu, and that's what you're getting. So they
Mhm.
don't have a huge variety, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they have the weakest drinks, just from my experience. I've been on 10 or 11 MSC cruises.
I,
Wow.
I,
Um,
to add a little bit, I would say on Carnival smaller ships because they're more party ships. That's where you get the weak drinks from. Those drinks is like watered down. I was like, you got to have a drink pack so you can get a buzz off them little smoke because they know they're going to turn up, and that's where you're going to sell out on a drink package on them party ships. And the
mhm.
drinks are watered down, so
Well,
it's going to
that's
Yeah.
encourage you to
basically
get it.
over there by the pool bars and stuff, though. Over
Mhm.
No,
there by the pool, not the pool bars, but in some of the common areas, like what Raquel said, those bars that pretty much give you the same menu all the
Right.
time. But you're gonna get a better or different cocktail at the Alchemy bar,
yes,
at the Hero bar / Skybox, whatever the sports bar, as well as the Red Frog pub, not the Red Frog over on the Lido deck, but the pub. You'll get a wider variety of different cocktails there, though.
Natasha says, my husband and I are back and forth on whether to get the drink package on Icon. It's $1,000 for two people. Personally, first off, I think you got a good deal because
yes.
you got a
Yeah,
great deal. For me, I wouldn't pay that. But 7 nights, Icon of the Seas, typically, because keep in mind, Royal Caribbean, they have dynamic pricing, which means the drink package fluctuates. So if you were able to
right.
get it 7 nights for $500 per person, then you got a great deal. I
Yes,
would
you
take
do.
that if you're
Yes.
going to get it.
Yes.
But because easily you could pay 1,400, 1500 on
1450.
Icon.
Mhm. Real
So
quick.
I yeah, so if you're
1450.
debating it, get it at this price because it may not be that same price tomorrow. So I would
Most
I would say that.
definitely.
hmm Let's see here. All right, guys. So we've been at this for a little bit. We're gonna maybe another 10 minutes and we're gonna wrap it up. So if you have any last minute questions, feel free to drop those. And if you're just now popping in, we're just talking cruising, talking drinking on cruises, picking T's brain about different types of drinks to order. Because that again, that's the question that I get a lot. And I honestly don't know how to answer. Because like Ron said, if you ask me what type of wine,
Red.
I'm gonna say red.
Mm.
Or I might say Moscato because I know that one. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm scrolling to see if we have any other questions. They're talking about a worm in tequila. Is there a worm in tequila?
It's not in tequila, it's in mezcal.
Okay. I thought it was like a what is it, like a scorpion, or is that what's
No,
in
it's a
there? Or it is a
larvae.
worm?
It's a
Okay.
larvae. People say it's a worm, it's a larvae.
Hmm.
I seen it in some tequila bottles.
There's not tequila, it's mezcal.
Oh,
It's not the same. Mezcal is not tequila.
Carlene C says I find Carnival's drinks very sugary. I would agree with that.
They are very
Um,
sugary.
I would
That's
agree with
why I
that.
stay at Alchemy Bar when I'm on there.
Hmm.
Now, Carnival Celebration is a different story. Now
Okay.
they got some real nice bars on there.
Mhm.
That when I did those reviews, those that was good. That
Okay.
Carnival Celebration it gave me all the value of the drink package on that ship.
Hmm.
It did. Yep. There was a bar downstairs from the Alchemy Bar, gave the Alchemy Bar a run for their money.
Okay.
It
I'm
sort of
trying to think.
reminded me of like the 1200 bar on the Icon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just oblivious to all these different
Yeah, I
bars.
learned a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Like, learned a lot. So, let's see. What other questions? Looks like we're down to the bottom of the chat. Now we're speaking all this liquor and we're talking about cruising together. Would you guys ever host a group cruise? Now, I saw that you guys did a bar crawl on the Reconnecting at Sea. I did watch some
Yeah.
of those vlogs.
Yeah.
So I was watching that and I said, I wonder if they'll ever do a group cruise and it like kind of be focused on hitting up the different bars and things. First off, have you guys ever done a group cruise? And if not, would you
We
consider doing one?
outside of Reconnect at Sea and or Lush, we haven't been on any group cruises. Now, would we ever do one? Actually, we were
we did with
going
Lynette
to.
Stanley.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Lynette and Stanley. We did get on there as well, but we weren't on there with Lynette and Stanley. We was on there with Dre and
Dre and
Shan,
Shan.
and then Lynette and
Stanley.
Stanley and Dre and Shan had partnered up to do the group cruise.
Right.
But we were going to do a group cruise and a group destination trip. So since everybody usually does a group cruise, we decided, okay, well, next year we're doing our group resort trip. And
Okay.
that's for Planet Hollywood in Cancun. And then the following year, we was going to be going to the Hard Rock in Dominican Republic resort, which is all inclusive as well. But would we ever do a group cruise? Yeah, we probably most likely would. We just wanted to just do something different and just do that, because then that way when people go, people will also see, hey, it's all inclusive. You don't have to worry about a drink package. You don't have to worry about specialty dining. You don't have to worry about any of that, and everything outside of the spa is included at the resort. So you can eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want, do whatever you want. Except for, of course, the external excursions, you know, of course, would pay extra just like you would do anyplace else. But we do, we would definitely do a group cruise. We would probably do the land ones first, get a little momentum, and then see what we can do with the group cruise. It will probably be on a well, I don't know. There's a couple of new ships coming out in 2027 and stuff. Let's see what those come out to be. But definitely would want to do one on Virgin, only because you know, the just the vibe of the ship is, you know, just all adult, unless there's some other Royal Caribbean or New Carnival ship that we would want to try out.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so guys, we are going to go ahead and start wrapping up. But I just noticed that, well, no, we have 82. I looked, we only had 29 likes. I'm like, what's going on? We have 82 likes. It would be great if we could get 100 before the end of this chat. And if you have not already gone over,
hit that like button.
if you have not already subscribed, I just dropped the link so that you guys can subscribe to T and Pretty Timmy and check out all of the bar reviews, cruise vlogs, everything, liquor reviews, everything that they have there. And you can go right over to their videos, watch, and ask your questions. Because like I said, I get a lot of questions. I'm like, I have no clue. So let's see. I want to make sure we don't have any last minute questions. Now, do you guys have, like, if you don't mind sharing, or if you don't want to share, that's fine too.
Sure.
Do you guys have any cruises or traveling, travels coming up soon? Or
yeah. So we go to Greece on June 6th through the 16th. Well, it's June 8th through the 16th, but we'll be in Greece on June 6th with Addie and Terry. We'll be on their Sisterhood at Sea, but Pretty Timmy's going with me because we're celebrating our it's Father's Day while we're on the ship. In addition to our daughter's graduation. This is her graduation gift from us. So she wanted to try Virgin and go to Greece, so that's what we're doing.
Nice.
After Greece cruise, we have, well, me and my bestie are trying to find a place to go. We'll probably end up on the West Coast on a Carnival cruise ship sometime in August. And then Icon is in October of this year. And then yes, that's me and you. Then me and my daughter, our daughter will be on the Star in December, leading up to Christmas.
Nice.
And then I think we'll be doing Vegas for New Year's Eve this year.
And then February we'll be on
the Meet and I
2026.
Yeah, Meet's
that's right.
Meet's birthday cruise, which is also his birthday that week as well in February. And then
for our anniversary.
Oh yeah, anniversary will be back on the Star, but with him this time.
I got it.
Yeah,
well, you got a lot. I mean, you guys have some good trips. I mean, Star at the Seas is going to be, it's going to be amazing. So you guys really loved Icon, and you guys have some mishaps though getting on Icon. So hopefully, hopefully there's no, we won't rehash all of that. But if you're curious to know what happened, go check out their vlogs.
Yes. It was such a mess. But we enjoyed ourselves regardless, though.
Yes, you did. You did.
Pretty Timmy wants to be on the Icon.
What's that?
Pretty Timmy won't print on the icon. I had all Walmart gear.
You guys had a lot going on there.
Yes.
We got quite a few people said that they subscribe. We appreciate you guys
Thank
subscribing.
you.
Desiree, I put the link there in the chat. Their channel is Adventures of Spirits. It's right there. I'll go ahead and drop it one more time for you guys. If you wouldn't mind going over to subscribe. And I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Yep, we got quite a few people subscribe. I appreciate you guys doing that.
Yes.
Anything else you want to share or anything before we wrap it up?
Know what you drink. That's all I say. Whether you drink or you don't drink, know what you drink. If you know you're a rum person and you're with someone that says, let's go and we're going to drink this bourbon. If you're not sure about that, it's okay. Drink your rum and be happy. Drink your sangria and be happy. Drink your wine and be happy. Drink your champagne and be happy. Don't let people push you to drink things that you don't drink, and don't mix drinks. So if you start off with tequila, end your day with tequila. That's I just have to put that out there because I've seen a lot of people get sick, and like TJ say, they get the leaking at the end of the night because
they become trash.
They because they're trying to be grown, and
become trash.
Being grown is not the thing. And take your time and explore, different things. Try different things whenever you go out. If you get the drink package, use your drink package as an opportunity to just try stuff. You don't have to drink the whole thing. You don't already pay for it. Just taste it and be like, oh, okay, that's good. Now next time, right? And you just try different things. Try the different liquors. Find out what you don't like and stay away from it, but then find out what you do like and stick with that.
Got it.
See, I learned so much.
I did too.
I just thought a drink was a drink.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever rewatched any of my own lives, but I'm like, okay, I didn't have my note because we kind of rushed in to get this, to make this happen. I'm gonna have to go back and take some notes. So you gave us some really good information. Like I said, we have a lot of cruises coming up, and we do have a drink package on a few of them. So I plan to try some new things and expand beyond my margarita.
Yes.
And there's different margaritas. Next time, ask them for a Cadillac margarita.
Yes.
A Cadillac margarita?
Cadillac margarita, yes.
Okay.
They'll know what it is, and make sure they pick up that right bottle too. Make sure that Grand Marnier, they picking up that Grand Marnier for your margarita.
A Cadillac margarita.
Yep.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. But we'll end the note with C. She says, drink and be happy. Yep. And be safe. And be safe.
Yes.
And be safe.
Exactly.
Right?
Thank you guys so much.
Yes. We really do. This was a great conversation.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And I know it's different because we're a family channel, but and people are probably like, why are they talking drinks? Because that people want to hear about it. They want to know about, what's available out there. And like I said, we learned some things.
We kept almost 100 people engaged for over an hour talking about liquor.
Right.
So,
well, I'm gonna give you the Pretty Timmy nugget. The Pretty Timmy nugget is always live your best life. Because we don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow ain't promised. If you walk out that door with that one thing in mind, I'm going to live my best life, you can't go wrong.
Absolutely.
If not, trash. That's all you get.
I'm going to start saying that, trash.
Trash. That's all you get is trash.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys being here. We appreciate everyone watching, all of our channel members. Thank you so much. And whoever gifted, someone gifted, I forgot who it was, gifted some channel memberships. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Nice. Thank you to all of our new channel members. Yes. And if you guys have not already, head over and subscribe. And we will be live again on Monday for our Monday midday cruise Q&A. We have a barbecue to get to, so I don't know if it'll be at 2 p.m. or if it'll be earlier. So stay tuned for that. If you have not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, all that good stuff. But thank you so much for being here. Yes, and we really appreciated this conversation. And I'm sure our viewers, your new viewers, learned something new tonight. They're going to head over and watch some of your reviews, because I know I'm going to have to watch more and learn more. So I appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and end it. So I appreciate you guys being here. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you guys for
Have a
being
good night.
here.
Have a
See
good
you
night.
later.
Bye.
Bye bye.